Hello everyone, welcome back to mathematics. I'm Victor and this is going to be about year 8 mathematics. Today we're going to start with index laws. So an index or a power is just a very lazy way, a very lazy mathematician's way of writing repeated multiplication. So let's consider first writing 2 multiply 2 times 2 times 2 again, right? And so I don't want to, technically you can write this and you can write, okay, this is like 2 to the power of 4. But what if I want to write something like 2 to the power of 40? I'm not going to spend all of my time just to write all 40 of these out. No, I'm not going to do that. So instead of writing all that, we're just going to be writing a big 2 with a little 4 or at the top right. So something like this. This big 2 here, this big 2 right here, right here. This is what we call a base. This is called a base. The little 4 is called the index or the power. There you go. And so let us look at the very first law, multiplication. That's right here. I'll keep this example. So what happens if I multiply 2 to the power of 3 by 2 to the power of 4? Let me just write that out. What if this happens? Okay, what happens? So we have a new rule and we have a new habit. When in doubt, expand it out. It's a little bit like with that old rule where when in doubt, draw it out. Yeah. So let's expand this. So underneath this, 2 to the power of 3 usually means 3 2's. And then you multiply by 4 2's. So 2 to the power of 3 is 3 2's. 2 to the power of 4 is 4 2's. Let's count them up. And because we're counting them up here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is to the power of 4. So the number that we count these 2's is to the power of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be a multiplication of total 7 2's together. So I'll write the big 2 and the small little 7 here. So that is 2 to the power of 7. Let's look at the original indices. So we have 3 and 4. So looking at the answer, that will be 7. And so if we want to recheck, of course, we want to check whether if 3 plus 4 equals 7. And yeah, that should be very obvious. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Right there. So our rule right here, a to the power of m times a to the power of n equals a times a to the power of m plus n. We're multiplying with the same base. You add the powers. Remember, it has the same base. You cannot say like 3 to the power of 2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4. This doesn't really happen because it has to be the same big number base here too. It can be in big number base 3 as well, but it has to be look something like this for this to happen. Okay. So that's for multiplication. Let's go into the next one, which is division. I'm gonna keep this multiplication example on the top. I'll write the division example below. So let's just write 7 to the power of 5 divided by 7 to the power of 2. What does that equal? I'm writing it as a fraction here. You can write it something like this because divisions are fractions as well. So let us just do our expanded form. When in doubt, expand it out. So let's write 5 7's on the top. I'm taking some space here. And divide that by 2 7's in the bottom. So I want to cancel 2 from the bottom because we have 5 on the top. So 2 from the bottom, 2 from the top. Let's eliminate those. And what we're left with is 7, 3 sevens on the top. And this would leave us with 1, 2, 3, a 7 base, because these are all 7s, and a small little 3. That's it. So looking at the original indices, we have 5 and 2. And so the answer is 3. So the only part where the combination of these two numbers equals 3 is a subtraction. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. So we have this rule: a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n equals a to the power of m minus n. So you subtract the powers, top minus bottom. Okay, so today's habits, the basis must match, of course, before you can do anything. And when you are in doubt, expand it out in your notes. If you ever forget the rule in the exam, just expand the powers and you will see pretty much the answer almost instantly if the numbers are small enough. If it's a little bit longer, then it takes a little bit more time, but that should be fine for now, just to be safe. Okay, so see you in the next video for law number 3.